first down and goal from this 5-yard line. Pass toward the end zone. Again, fire those cannons. 6 times.
So Jameis Winston,
we'll see if that's in Byron Leftwich's plans.
Best starting field position of the game for Winston and company, and the pass is going to be caught. Beautiful catch by Godwin. Second down and 6, and Winston, and he drills it downfield, and it is caught, and it's caught by Chris Godwin, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Chris Godwin, and talk about threading the needle. That's what Jameis Winston did on this pass to Godwin. Ronald, second and 21, and Tack McKinley is in there as a pass rusher, and the pass down the middle is going to be caught by Godwin. Godwin makes the catch, and it'll be first and goal for the Buccaneers. And the pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, and it's Godwin again. Of these 9 years. First down and 10. Play fake and the pressure, and down he goes. Coming in almost without resistance is Devin White, who's 1 second and long. Empty backfield for Matt Ryan. Watch out from behind, and holds on to the ball, but a great play by Shaq Barrett again. And Ryan did all he could at getting a good bounce there. They give it to Brian Hill for a couple of yards. And fourth down coming. And Ryan is going to go down, holds on to the ball. So another sack this time. And it's Devin White, who you were just talking about, with his second sack of the game. Third for the Falcons. And getting hit is Ryan as he fires it downfield. And Ridley in a fight with Carlton Davis for the ball, and they rule it an interception by Davis. Davis and Ridley, and the Falcon fans heard for the first time in this game. And there is the pass, and it is intercepted. Ogunbowale was the intended receiver out of the backfield, and that wasn't even close. It was behind him, and another interception in the game.
All of a sudden, you're jump passing. Sometimes you've got to know as a quarterback, I got to eat it. Jump pass behind the
300-yard game. It's third down and 4 for Winston, in trouble, avoiding it and throwing it away. So he was smart to do that. Did not have a target downfield. From the 1. Play fake to Barber, and the pass, touchdown! Vita Vea, the defensive lineman, who was lined up in the backfield as a blocker.
Oh. Get down on it. Hey! Yeah, buddy! Get down on it! Celebration! Yes, what's going on, people? It's your boy DJ. Here with another ride along. Ride along here to talk about a Bucs victory. Yes, Bucs. They beat the NFC rival, one of the NFC rivals, the Atlanta Falcons, 34-17. Woo, man. I don't know where to start here, man. I mean, first of all, shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Just as a team, man. I'm just going to say it just like that. This team played a complete game, complete team victory. I don't think I've ever been able to say that. Obviously, this year I haven't been able to say that. Maybe the Rams game. Nah, secondary still gave up a lot. But doesn't matter. But yeah, so this is probably the first game you can really sit here and say that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played a complete game. Well, I guess if you want to nitpick, we ain't gonna say a complete game because Matt Gay probably has worse kicking performance of the season. I believe he missed like 3 extra points and they got another field goal. I don't know. He wasn't good, but it wasn't one of the things that in the past have bit the Bucs in the behind because they played things so close in games and lost games that way. But we ain't gonna be here to talk about that type of crap because you know what? Like I said, the Bucs won and they beat the Atlanta Falcons. They went to Atlanta and beat the crap out of Atlanta Falcons. Defense, we're gonna start there, man. Shout out to Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. I mean, you're talking Devin White probably blitzing wise had the best game I've seen him have this season. You just see him getting so much better. Shaq Barrett, the return of Shaq Barrett. I swear we get a little sprinkle of you once in a while. It reminds us that you are that type of a guy off that edge, and boy had a good game, boy. Vita Vea. Woo! Vita, offense and defense. I mean, knocking down passes. I mean, we saw him get a sack. He got a touchdown. What can you say about Vita, man? Big Vita. I might give me a Vita Vea jersey. I don't know. That's a man right there. That boy nice. And now, well, before I get there, Levante David, you could have had a Derek Brooks-esque type of a interception on Matt Ryan, who tried to do a jump pass that looked very similar to Jameis, but didn't get bitten behind. We're going to get there when it comes to that too, but it was interesting that, you threw that jump pass and I mean, it was a gift that you was giving Levante and he didn't want it. But after that, we're going to sit here and talk about the secondary, man. Like I said, Vernon Hargreaves was probably the last of the, I would say, cancerous secondary. I mean, he was just part of that last bit of problem, I believed, in the secondary. Now, I'm not saying that Vernon Hargreaves has no talent or anything like that. I feel like this man was trained and taught how to play football and how the NFL works by a player that was not a pro when he was with us. I mean, at least towards the end. Brent Grimes, he wasn't pro, and I feel like bad habits were with Hargreaves. Probably got very complacent. Defense obviously wasn't that good. He D wasn't that good. He got, like I said, very complacent. Him moving on to the Houston Texans, that's your problem now. But I think that rejuvenated this secondary. A bunch of young boys, now they know it's on them. We're talking about Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamel Dean. Shout out Jamel Dean. He had 6 or 5 breakups. That boy playing some coverage out there. Sean Murphy, you playing pretty good in that slot too. And the man of the hour, man. Mr. Lockdown Corner itself. Nah, man. Carlos Davis, shout out to you, man. First interception, I think, of at least the season. Had another 5 breakups. I mean, this man locked up everybody. He locked up Ridley. He ain't want no problems. Julio Jones, he got a couple catches, but he ain't want no problems. Great game, Carlton. Great game, man. Just all around. I mean, even Mike Edwards, I mean, he ain't do much, but I mean, you're a part of it. That secondary was flying around, man. I think they had a total of 16 pass breakups. That got to be a record. Like, at least in the last, 5-6 years of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. I ain't never seen a Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary get that many hands on balls. No homo. But that was stupid. But yeah, I haven't seen that many hands on balls in a long time. That was impressive. Should have been a lot more picks and not just all pass breakups. But hey, you gotta start somewhere. 16 breakups. Them breakups gonna turn into interceptions in the future. This is the growth we wanted to see out of this secondary. The question is, like it has been for the entire team, consistency. Can y'all continue to do that? But for today, we want to shout y'all out. Like I said, shout out Devin White, got 2 sacks. They were the ways that we see him play. And the videos I've seen at LSU were exactly how he sacked the quarterback multiple times this game. Using his speed and not having to show it, and how fast he goes from 0 to 100 and just getting back there. It's like a flash lightning. I had to give a big shout out to that defense, man. Y'all looked really good. That's all we've been asking for. That's all I've been asking for, especially secondary-wise. Y'all go out there and play the way y'all do. Nah, people say, Atlanta Falcons, but Atlanta Falcons came off of 2 really good wins. I mean, they beat Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints. I mean, held them 0 points on defense, which we're going to go over there in a second. And put up a little bit of points, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's still a good start. That's breeding some confidence into this secondary that definitely needed it, Great job, guys. Now, we're going to the other side of the field. Woo! We're going to start off with the good. The good, man. Shout out to Chris Godwin. Man. You had one hell of a game. And the main reason why you had one hell of a game is because of something I've been calling for a long time, which I don't know where it's been. I don't know why we haven't seen it more often. And that's this offense tacking the seams. I mean, if you knew anything about Bruce Arians prior to coming to the Tampa Buccaneers, Byron Leftwich, you're your disciple, so you're included in there. Man, that offense in Arizona always attacked the seam. It was always passes down the middle of the field. Just straight seam routes, man. And this is probably the first game I have seen them attack that seam route the way they did. And it was wide open. I seen it games prior to this. Wide open. Finally, Jameis finally put it down there. And that's why Godwin ate, man. Godwin went right up that seam route, made them tough catches. And it was great to see, man. It was great to see how he was featured opposed to Scotty Miller and Brashard Perryman. Perryman had a nice little catch, on the sideline. Shout out to you. Boom, boom, bop, bop. Still ass, but you had a nice catch. Mike Evans, a couple catches. I think he had about 50 yards, something like that. Nothing serious, but I mean, Godwin had 184, yards. I mean, you gotta pick your poison with them too. If one goes up, one's gonna go off. I mean, that's what we basically been seeing this entire season. I think there's one game where neither receiver went over 100 yards or something like that. But for the most part, you gotta pick your poison with this offense. You're gonna shut down Godwin, Mike Evans gonna catch you. You're gonna shut down your boy Mike Evans, you're gonna get out Godwin. They're both over 1,000 yards. Shout out to Mike Evans. 6 seasons, 1,000 yards. Only receiver outside of Randy Moss that ever did that. His idol. Very similar players. I don't care what anybody says. He's not, obviously Mike Evans, close, but he's not explosive as Randy Moss. But I mean, the way they both played, if you look at the way they played, I mean, it's not far off. You know what I'm saying? My boy Mike, he's probably going to see his video and be like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, Mike Evans ain't no Randy Moss. He can only run one route, which is a 9 route. Well, guess what? Randy Moss is remembered for those long passes, them 9 route passes, them long post routes, Like I said, we don't get too much into the route tree right now because I know my boy Mike gonna see this with the other 1/3 of the NFC South versus NFL and be like, blah, blah, blah. But we ain't gonna get there. Shout out to you, boy. You only got lost. But, yeah. Who else needs a shout out? Ronald Jones. Once again, you see the growth with him. The boy almost broke one last week. He is this close, man. He's so close to breaking it. Oh my God, he's so close. You just want to see him break it. Trying to go. Oh yeah, shout out to offensive line, man. Offensive line looked really good. Once again, the one liability is Mr. One Knee. I mean, I ain't the biggest Donovan Smith fan either, but the half a knee old man, Damari, man, you gave us a lot of great years, man, but you're gonna get replaced, man. You get replaced, man. You weren't even liability this game, but you just gotta get replaced, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's what we look in the first rounds of offensive lineman, man. Cause we need one. But yeah. Great job, fellas. What's on the offense? I think that's basically it. Now, we get to Mr. Jekyll and Hyde himself, Mr. Jameis Winston. So again, played a good game outside of early. I mean, that first interception, once again, you can play that. It's one of those picks that you guys sit there and be like, something went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like something went wrong. We went back and looked at it. It It looked like Mike Evans, like you said, rounded his route. He didn't run it very hard. Pick. I mean, it's like every week is something with miscommunication when it comes to these picks. Now, the second one, that's that one when you sit here and be like, Jameis, why, man? I want to be behind you, man. I want to be behind you. I still am behind you, but, man, you do stuff like that, man. You don't give me a leg to stand on to be behind you. But overall, man, I mean, 314 yards, 330, somewhere around there. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What was it, 3 or 4? 4 touchdowns? Well, whatever it is, man. I mean, over 100 passer rating. So obviously, them picks didn't really affect his passer rating too much. Once again, this man made throws that not many quarterbacks in this league will make. Probably about 5, if that, you know. But once again, that jump pass with that interception, you won't see a lot of quarterbacks in this league throw that pass, man. It's like it's a mixed bag of just you don't know what the hell you're gonna get with Jameis. But I think for the most part, it's a lot more good than it is bad. I mean, you gotta live with this man's turnovers. I mean, like I said, he's very Big Ben, Brett Favre-esque type of player, man. He's never gonna give up on a play. He doesn't waver. No matter picks he throws, he's gonna continue to throw that thing. I mean, after he threw that pick, man, he threw a dime to Godwin for that touchdown. There isn't really any quarterbacks in this league that's throwing that pass. And like I said, that's those type of throws that you sit here and say, I need more. I mean, at the end of the day, Jameis is so entertaining. But I mean, he's entertaining in good and bad ways, which drives many Bucs fans crazy. It drives me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, this game, overall, you know, you probably can hear the excitement in my voice, man. I mean, overall, this is the type of game that you want to see his team win, you know what I'm saying, and learn and grow from. I mean, you're still in year 1 of a new system, and a game like this is showing growth. I mean, you're not going to the playoffs. I heard it all, man, and look, I'm not on that side where you sit here and tank for a better pick. For what, man? When you're talking about, you know, top 10 picks, you end up with players like Vernon Hargreaves. I mean, no shot to him, but you know, you take these players hoping there's something that they're not. I mean, on the other hand, I mean, you should get players like Devin White. Devin White, like, he's going to be a hell of a player. I mean, it's those boom and bust players, man. I don't know. I just don't care about that no more, man. I want to see growth with this team. I want to see him, you know, I would love to see him win out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see. I don't know. I mean, like I said, we haven't put 2 games together this entire season. We definitely have an opportunity coming up against the Jags. I really do believe that. But, I mean, yeah, man, I like them fans that wanted to tank for what, man? We've been tanking for 12 years. It's like the same ones that want us to tank or the ones that bitching and complaining why we always losing and Jameis sucks, and which, once again, he threw 2 interceptions this game. We still won the game handily. Obviously, it could have been a little better, but once again, when you playing complimentary football, I mean, this is how it is around the NFL. If you don't watch any other football outside of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you see complimentary football. I mean, you know, something like this happens. A defense that turns around, which they did after the pick. They held them 3. James come back down the field next series. He throws that touchdown to Chris Godwin. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, there is bad with this kid, but there's so much good that you're gonna like. And that's why I know he's gonna come back next season. Unless this dude decides he doesn't want to come back, James Winston's coming back next season. And I'm definitely not objecting it. You know. But yeah, man, like I said, man, good win, man. Really, really good win. Continue to win. I don't care about the draft position at this point in the season. We got a lot of young players, a lot of hungry young players that they want to win, man. You know, we're not gonna get too much into the end of the season. We still got what, 5 more games? Plenty of time this offseason to talk about what this team needs to do. But right now, enjoy this win, man. And all of us that are Bucs fans should enjoy this win, man. Stop all that crying and, you know, like I said, bitching and, you know, that bitch crew out there, man. They out there crying. They, you know, it was amazing to see how many people are crying after this game of a win. Like, really? Really? Man, I'm done, man. Great win, guys. Great win to the Bucs. Great wins for the fans that actually care. But, man, I'm out, man. It's your boy DJ. Follow me on Twitter. DJ Hop 25. Watch out for our recap video that's going to come, or excuse me, not recap, our previews of week 13 now we're in? Week 13? Week 14? 12? Whatever. Just look out for it, man. When the crew gets together, the three amigos, TJ and Mike, gonna get together. We're gonna break down this next week. Might talk a little bit about what we saw this last recap. Obviously, the NFC South played the entire NFC South. Bucs beat the Falcons, and the Saints edged the victory out of the Panthers. Man, that was a very interesting game in itself. But yeah, man, it's your boy DJ, man. Fire them cannons, because we won, baby. We won, baby. Woo! Bucs win. Peace.